tell me what was your childhood like?
So I think I started off pretty, the regular kid, finding dopamine, anything you could, trying to find fun all around. And I think it was around the age of 7 years old is when I first discovered the sense of entrepreneurship. So essentially, I got gifted a 3D printer. I started printing off quite ridiculous things like little objects and toys. And then I realized that you could actually, print more useful objects. So I started printing off with phone cases. And then later on, I brought one to school, which had like a custom design in it. And one of my friends said, "Oh, that's quite cool. Can you give me one?" And then I was like, "Okay, sure." So I did. And then a lot of people started asking for these cases. So then I ended up just, they're like, "Okay, I have to pay for the materials. I don't have that much." And then I'm like, "Okay, why don't I actually start selling them?" So then I started off selling these 3D printed phone cases. And then I ended up making a website for them because I made websites even earlier than that because I liked, web designing, that type of stuff. And then I started selling them online, and I think that was like my first time I started shipping a physical item, and it was quite, a weird experience. And then I think at around the age of 10 years old is when I got into the stock space. So my dad, he wasn't investing in stocks also like me. I asked him, what is stocks? Because I heard it online when I was researching. And then he said, stocks are basically you buy a share of a company, you buy a little bit of a company, and every single time that company does well, you get rewarded for that as that part of the company you own is more valuable. I started getting into the first stock I got in with the Vanguard S&P 500. That was like the first. It was an ETF stock, which is essentially the 500 biggest companies in America all bundle into one stock, which is extremely safe because it's a low growth, low risk, low reward type of stock. And then I think at the age of 12 and 13, I started venturing out in different branches of the stock world. So then I discovered something called cryptocurrency mining. A cryptocurrency is a medium of exchange, similar to your regular cryptocurrencies like your British pound, your American dollar, your euro. However, the one distinct difference between the cryptocurrencies and regular everyday currencies are it isn't legal tender, it isn't maintained by a central bank or entity. It's owned by everyone. So essentially, there's no one controlling all the functions of the cryptocurrency.
How does the rise of Bitcoin then happen? Like, how does it work?
So basically, with how Bitcoin miners get rewarded is when you're sending transactions out to people, uh, there's a small transaction fee. Depending on your cryptocurrency, these fees will vary from like Bitcoin, which can result, depending if you use just regular Bitcoin transaction, will be around a couple dollars, maybe tens of dollars. If you use the most expensive network currently called Ethereum, it could cost up to hundreds of dollars. And basically, these fees, when you send a transaction, they get sent directly to those miners. Some coins may have different tokenomics, which tokenomics basically mean the economic model of the coin and how coins are distributed. With Bitcoin, 100% of the coins in the fees get sent to the people. So let's say I send a Bitcoin transaction to you worth $100. There'll probably be maybe a $7 fee on those. That $7 will be sent to those miners who validate my transaction.
You're under 18. Was the choice of cryptocurrency also because you could legally trade it without any problem?
I think the wonderful thing about cryptocurrencies that a lot of people are catching aspect on is cryptocurrencies are so new. There's no government regulation, or there's little government regulation. If I were to go and try and open a stock account, I wouldn't be allowed. Like opening a trading account was one of the hardest things I've done. I had to use my parents, and it was a big mess when they tried giving their account to me, and with the taxes and all these legal issues. Even though with an ISA, it's tax free. With crypto, the beauty about crypto is it's unregulated, and some people might see that as a scary thing. However, the people themselves set their own regulation. What I mean by that is the people determine their own rules. People create their own coins. Anyone can create a coin. If you have the knowledge, you can create one. That's the beauty of cryptocurrencies.
Can you give me an idea of how much money did you make on crypto overall?
Uh, I don't want to give. Can I skip this because I don't want to give an exact figure.
Can you give me like just an idea? Can you say that it's like over 1 million at least?
Yeah.
Okay. How much have you lost in one day?
I think I lost around most in a single trade, probably around $60,000. I think losing was probably one of the best things. Losing trades, I think, are a gift in disguise because it gives you more awareness of what you have to do and what to solve your mistakes, and also gives you the right mentality. Because most of these people who've never lost cryptocurrency or lost trades before and they're getting to cryptocurrency new, when they see their coins have dipped 20%, they're panicking. However, people who are already experienced with this, they know it's nothing new. Because at the same time, it is quick dopamine. That's what the reason why people get into cryptocurrencies. For financial incentive, yes, but at the same time, the feeling you get once you make those gains is not comparable to anything else. The best thing I think about stocks and cryptocurrency is your work pays off. You do an hours of research on some coins, you talk to different people, you hold them for a while, and then when you see that green percentage number and you see that the coins are up, it's that feeling you get like your hard work has paid off. And that's what I like about cryptocurrency, is because yes, cryptocurrency can change people's lives, but also it's a feeling you get like you've actually accomplished something. When you're trading and then you see a loss of like you lost in a day £500 or £1,000 or something similar to this, right? Even if you're not financially that well off, you would be like, oh, okay, that sucks, whatever. You'd be quite annoyed, but you forget about the next day. However, that's the issue, because you only see it as digits on a screen. But then let's say you're walking on the street and you dropped £1,000 off your pocket and then it just flew away in the wind. You would feel way worse off than trading, because trading, it feels like a game, feels like digits on a screen. People get lost into it and they don't realize the impact it has on their financial lives, because believe it or not, that's real money. Feel free to experiment. Like, I wasn't good at trading from the beginning or investing at the beginning. I was experimenting, but at the same time, be reasonable with your amounts. Treat it as if it's real money instead of just some game.
There is quite a lot of, TikTok and YouTube accounts where people give, financial advice about crypto investments. What do you think about all of those?
With cryptocurrency, even though there's a lot of tremendously good advice, it's also diluted with a lot of bad advice. There's one thing where on TikTok, basically, creators, they don't make money from trading. They make money by being an influencer. They make money by people clicking on their videos and liking them and sharing them out so the algorithm can pick up their views and they get something from the TikTok creator program, or they get more followers. I don't know. However, the really good advice is the boring advice. It's the advice no one wants to hear. If I were to go to tell you, and then let's say someone who's heard about this exciting new thing, cryptocurrency, and they ask me, how do I invest? I would tell them, oh, buy these coins, hold them for a long period. Maybe a couple months to a year, you'll be up 100%. They'll be like, oh, double my money in a couple months? They wouldn't be that excited.
With all of that said, do you still believe that cryptocurrencies will shape the future of financial markets?
Think of cryptocurrency now as the 1998, just before the tech center when it's starting to boom. Cryptocurrencies now are extremely undervalued because the use case they bring can completely revolutionize the world. I can envision a future where 10 years, instead of saying, oh, PayPal me this amount, I could say, oh yeah, send me this via Ethereum or something like this, or send me this coin. Because I don't know what coins will be available in the future. A lot of good coins will come up, but cryptocurrency in general has a lot of evolution to come to it.
What do your parents think about what you do?
My parents. Yeah, like, my mother didn't really understand most about cryptocurrencies. I helped her get into it because, like, she's quite adventurous like me. She likes, she likes experimenting with these types of things. She started asking me more about Bitcoin, Ethereum. I was intrigued because she was interested in these types of cryptos. So then I just showed her how to invest. I helped her set up an exchange account. And then, yeah, she started buying into different coins, and she's quite happy with the result now, I think.
Do you still go to school?
Yes, I do go to school.
Did you have any thoughts about like leaving it? Because I mean, you're already kind of getting on with your life and making money, so.
I have had a lot of thoughts of leaving it. However, I do want to go to university. I think leaving school now, I could definitely leave school now. However, I think so far my workload between balancing school and balancing my work, my work outside school is okay. If it gets much, much worse, I would have to contemplate it before. Now I can definitely handle both, so why not,
What is your dream?
My dream? I've quite a lot of dreams and ambitions. I think my biggest dream ever would be to revolutionize the education system. I think that's my greatest dream. I think the biggest error with the education system is the financial literacy side of it. I think a lot of people criticize me on this and say, oh, you don't need to teach a bunch of kids financial independence, etc., right? They'll learn it when they're adults. However, I'm not talking about things like investing in some complex things, because those are things, unless you actually enjoy them, you won't want to do them. You don't need to invest. If you want to invest, sure, but you don't need to. It isn't a thing you need to learn. However, there's simple things that I cannot believe are taught at a young age, such as most countries you can get a bank account at the age of 12. However, the school will never tell you to get a bank account. They never tell you to save. I think credit scores are a big part of our world. I disagree with credit scores, however, they are necessary. However, there's ways to improve your credit score at 16 years old by co-signing on your parents' credit card and improving your credit score. And that'll tremendously help you because by the age of 18, you can buy you can get loans at way cheaper rates, right? And pay them back at with more lax deadlines. I think basic finance is definitely necessary at a young age to teach. There should definitely be a finance curriculum piled around all the other stuff they teach you at a young age. And I think our generation is definitely looking bright because even though we have a lot of bad things like high inflation rates, high rent, all this types of stuff, I think we can combat it easier because we have an easier access to information. We're all connected to each other through social media, through Google, through forums, etc.